Hi, welcome to Meditation for the Soul. I am your host, Mariah Slingerland. In today's episode, we are going to work on our third floor of our spiritual house. And the characteristics of our third floor is the floor of doing, of action. It is the floor where we experience challenges, we experience unfinished business, and we experience blocks. So, the idea for today's practice is to really understand what challenges are for, what they have to teach you about who you are and about what you're here to do. What is your soul's purpose? What is your divine mission? Well, let's find out what that is. So, are you ready? Let's go. All right. So, finding yourself in a comfortable seated position, either feet flat on the floor. Perhaps you love the lotus pose, legs crossed. Tuning into the softness of your breath as you gently breathe in through your nose. Send that breath effortlessly down the body into the ground. Breathing in through your nose. Sending that breath down the body into the ground. Releasing and letting go of your troubled mind, your worries, your anxieties, releasing your fears. Sending your roots down to the core of the earth. Use your breath as your will. Send that breath down to the core of the earth, tapping into the core as the core essence of who you are. Breathing up from the core of the earth. Breathing all the way up. Sending that breath like a beautiful antenna to the highest point that you can perceive. going down to the core of the earth and gathering those divine qualities, your divine soul, in the frequency and energy of unconditional love, peace and grace, bliss and joy, kindness and mercy. Breathing those qualities all the way up into the trunk of your tree and radiating those qualities out into your universe. And finding yourself standing at the door of your sacred house, really feeling the energy of what you're building. And as you enter your sacred house, your first floor brings you that safety and security and abundance in all areas of your life. Moving up to the second floor, our feelings, our beliefs. Our sensuality and sexuality. And feel the divine qualities within you. Feel bliss in your space. Feel grace. Feel unconditional love. Feel joy. Feel kindness. Feel gratitude. All qualities of your divine soul. So we move up today to the third floor, And this is the floor of taking action. This is the floor of doing. Somewhere on the walls or in a picture are the words, I do, I will. This is the floor of your personal power. This is the floor of taking action. It holds our sense of sight, and it also holds the element of fire. This floor represents our instincts. It's that God spark within you. Learning how to trust your gut, to trust your instincts. And somewhere on our path, we may lose our way. We may lose that trust. And so let's ignite that spark of trust. Let's clear the energy on this floor. So on this floor, we decorate with the things that make us feel empowered. And we look around and we see, are there many unfinished projects? Are there many unfinished ideas? So in this space, there is divine timing. In this space, there is our will and the divine's will for us. So it's understanding the balance between our will and pushing and the divine's will of pushing back. So we look at those projects, those ideas, and maybe it's not the time. Maybe it's not the place. So we learn how to surrender. In the center of your room, build a fire pit. Build a fire and light the fire. And surrender all those projects by putting them onto the fire. Taking the first idea, looking at it, recognizing it wasn't the right time. Maybe you've done it in another fashion, in another manner. Maybe it still needs more time. And use your will and trust that if you throw it onto the fire, that you set it free, that you surrender it. Take the next unfinished project. Look at it. Is there fear stopping you? Are you waiting for the right people, the right moment? Do you know there's something missing? And in the energy of surrender, lay it onto the fire. It's the ultimate act of letting go. There are people in our lives that tell us what to do, that bully us into doing, that support us in what we're doing, that bring us unconditional love. And if there was a written contract for every relationship you have, just imagine throwing any contract that doesn't serve you onto the fire. feeling the energy of letting it go, of releasing it fully and completely. Feeling that energy of freedom as you call all of your power back. I call all of my power back from every time, place, dimension, from every person, from every vacation, from every family member, from the past, the present, and the future. I call all of my power home. I call all of my power home. I call all of my power home. Feel what that feels like to call all of your power back. Now let's look at challenges that we've experienced either in a difficult relationship, a difficult career, something that's really challenged every part of you. Just allow something to come. And that challenge has brought you lessons. And the lessons could be teaching you how to love yourself more, teaching you how to not give away yourself, teaching you about boundaries. But the challenges are like karmic tornadoes, and they come fierce and they hold you in and going round and round and round until you decide to choose to break the cycle. And then your challenge is broken. The karma that holds you in that challenge is broken. For when you learn the lessons, you move on. When you choose the same behavior, you stay in it. So take a moment and bring a challenge that's been a constant in your life. And feel the tornado swirling around you. And understand that tornado is a lesson. And as it stirs stuff up inside you, you can either hold on to it or you can let it go. You can choose to let it go. And when we choose to let it go, when we surrender, when we allow ourselves to understand the lessons that we're in, and we allow ourselves to recognize those lessons, and we allow ourselves to break free from that karmic tornado, we regain parts of ourselves. We regain parts of our power. And the challenge is over. The block is like a block of wood that you can throw onto the fire and watch it burn. Tuning into your breath. As we follow ourselves from the 3rd floor down to the 2nd, follow down to the 3rd, exiting your sacred space and taking a look back at what you're creating. Tuning into that root system, breathing all the way down to the core of the earth, breathing up those divine qualities up into the bottom of your feet, breathing up into your ankles, your lower legs, your knees, breathing up into your upper legs, your hips, breathing all the way up. All the way up into your shoulders, down your arms, out your hands, breathing up into your neck, out the top of your head. Bringing yourself back into your physical body, bringing yourself back into this room. Welcome back. So this is a very powerful floor, and you can visit this floor anytime you're uncertain about trusting your instincts, about really learning what it feels like to trust that instinct that you have within you, and learning when you're in your will and pushing and making things happen versus aligning your will with the divine's will for you and just allowing things to happen and taking action when needed, but not in the energy of pushing. All right, so thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And again, my name is Healing Mariah, and I appreciate your energy and I appreciate you being here, and I will see you for the next episode.